Hi guys, just a quick note to say that today, January the 12th, 2021, is officially 1 year since I launched my channel, and I just wanted to say from the absolute bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. You guys are absolutely amazing and you're a true bright spot in my life. So I'll be doing various posts today to celebrate, but just wanted to start this video off by saying thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope that everyone is doing well, and just really quickly, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe because there's a lot more information about season 2 that's going to be coming out, and also yours truly is being followed on TikTok by none other than Rosie O'Donnell. So that was pretty much my day made when I saw that. I don't really know how to use TikTok, more on that in a minute, but Rosie did go live tonight. It is in fact Monday, and Rosie was live, it's in the evening here, it's about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and she was live about an hour ago, and she did say that she was supposed to be flying out to California to do the L Word, Generation Q. And she said originally she was supposed to go on the 4th, then it got pushed to the 19th, and now when she was saying about it being the 18th, 19th she was going, she did say, I hope that it doesn't get pushed again. So fingers crossed there with Rosie going out to film, and just hope that they're doing okay and the cast, crew, everybody's safe. And we are able to get Generation Q sometime soon, especially with them putting in all this work and extra effort with procedures and PPE and staying safe. Now, we're gonna get into today's video in just 1 second, but I did want to give kind of a preliminary thing that, as I said, I am a TikTok person against my own, better judgment, and I've only been on there a few days. I have no idea really what I'm doing, so I'm on there, and it's at the Ash Silver, like all my other social media, so follow me on there. And I will definitely, I know I'll be doing this for season 2, but probably with my retro reviews going on, I kind of enjoyed making like the little videos while I was watching the episode. And as I've said before, when season 2 comes out, I really want to do where you can kind of get my reaction as well. So I'm using this as kind of a test case where in some of the really key scenes in this episode, I kind of like it's very obviously my TV, because again, like copyright and all that stuff, you're getting into murky waters, and then also just like my reaction and me talking. So see how you feel about the whole format of this video, and of course if you just prefer a straight format, let me know down in the comment section if you like this. If you think that there's something else that I could do that would make it better, please let me know down in the comment section. And if you comment, you're a subscriber, why not like the video as well? And if you do all 3 of those things, you'll be entered into a draw to win any piece from my merch line. And if you want to visit my store, there's a link in the drop down of this video. Go check them out. There's some nice stuff over there, and my favorite is the name shirt. So a few people have been getting theirs, and if you get one, please send me a picture of you because I'm really excited to see everyone in the merch. So let's get right into episode 7 of Generation Q, season 1, Lose It All. Starting off with Micah and Jose. Micah's mom does come into town in this episode. I love the storyline about the mom arriving and like just wanting to go to the dispensaries because when I visit my sister in Oregon, that is me. I'm like, take me there. So I really enjoyed that aspect. I think a lot of people who live in California and Oregon and stuff have to deal with relatives coming in and dealing with that. So yeah, I thought it was funny. And again, I think this is a good place to say If you have not seen Disclosure on Netflix, please go and watch it, because they mostly talk about Max and the L Word, and Jamie Clayton, who plays Tess, and Leo Sheng, who plays Micah, are also in it. It's a really great documentary. I had someone today actually drop me a DM on Twitter saying, thank you so much for recommending Disclosure, because they went and watched it and they said, oh my gosh, I learned so much. It was great. Everyone should just see it, like L Word fans, everyone, but it's really great. And my MVP I love Jamie Clayton and Leo Sheng, but I absolutely adore Jen Richards. She blew it away for me. She was amazing. I feel like everything she said was just, wow, I never thought about it that way, or this, like, she was brilliant. And there's also some other cool people. Zeke is from, I don't really watch Survivor, but I've heard him on the To Ellen Back podcast, is in the documentary too, and Laverne Cox. There's some great people. So again, if you haven't seen Disclosure, go and check it out. It's well worth it. Tess is getting back on the bandwagon in this episode, and Shane's, having some not really financial troubles, but they're like, not doing as well at Dana's, and Tess is kind of like, I got this. So I said last episode that I'd really like to see them talking about Tess and her sobriety and meetings and things, and I stand by that. I'd really like to see that next season. And as I said also, like, Jamie Clayton has said she's going to have more of a role next season, so really looking forward to that also. Finley and Sophie, last episode I described the whole thing as a bit ick, and I am going to say that I do probably have a lot of bias in this, because the way I look at this, I had a relationship very similar to Sophie and Danny, and like, I'm a bit more personality like Danny and like work and stuff, but I'm like Bette, but Bette with therapy. And one of my exes was a bit like Sophie, and then the woman that she may be Finley and Sophie with, now they're kind of married. So you guys know what I'm getting at. But I just really don't like this whole Sophie. I mean, like, Finley does call Sophie out and say, you can't say one thing and expect her to do the other, because Danny's job is really important to her and she's working really hard, and Sophie is like saying all these things like, Danny's so mean and things like, these are just bizarre things to say about your partner. I mean, Finley doesn't seem to like have a great passion for her job or be one of those people who's very involved in their job, so she literally has all this time to dedicate to Sophie. And of course, when you like someone in the beginning and have that whole, it's a different thing too. So comparing that to, oh, we've been in a relationship for X amount of years, like, that's also different. And the whole thing about villainizing Danny because like she's into her job and hardworking, and I really didn't like it. And I have a really hard time identifying with the Sophie character. The decisions she makes and the things she said are very, very opposite to me. Danny obviously has no idea all of this is going on with Sophie and Finley. She does go to the hospital, but the whole thing happens with Milner's campaign, and Bette and Danny have their Bette's telling her, you really don't know me at all if you think I'm going to take this, and they have this little whiskey drinking, and Danny is looking at Bette with cartoon love eyes. It's just really funny. So Shane and Kiara have their ultrasound in this episode, and in the beginning, Shane, Bette and Tina, I love saying them together, they're explaining about, they're telling a story about when they heard Angie's, but I don't think that Bette was there whenever Tina first heard it, because Tina hid her pregnancy for a very long time because, hello, we were there, we know. So yeah, I think that they're looking at this through some rose-tinted glasses. But Shane kind of gives Kiara a line that Bette and Tina have said. And again, I say the same thing I said last episode. I hate this whole thing about Shane having kind of her feelings manipulated, because she obviously loves Kiara and wants to be with her wife, and she has been extremely clear that she does not want children. So another thing that I just don't really like. Now, on to some more good stuff. So, I'm going to drop one of the TikTok clips in here because I just love Alice, Nat, and Gigi. Like, it's such a pure, unconditional love. I just love them all. They're all perfect.
If it's at C, it's gotta be 3.
That's really bad.
Love ya.
No, it's early. I'll find it.
Love them all.
Obviously, you can tell by this clip. I do, Nat and Alice, I love them. Alice, I loved her. She's my second favorite character after Bette. And Gigi is my favorite Generation Q character. I absolutely love her. The actress, everything. She's just gorgeous. And this whole episode is just a Alice, Gigi, Nat, Bananarama goodness, because they are so awesome in this episode and they have some great scenes. I love the beginning, the clip I just showed where, Alice is like, she's color coordinating the closet, and it's like, oh, they work so well together. And even, they've got this cool system going on with kids and their schedules and work, and it just seems to be. And then Nat and Gigi have some alone time, some unbelievably hot and very, like, even for the L word, very, very hot under the collar stuff that, that was, like, they knew what they were doing there. Like, Safida Moafi, who plays Gigi, like, I am speechless. So, yeah. Girl knows what she's doing. That's for sure. Sidetrack thinking about it then. Alice comes home and Nat and Gigi are just, in bed, and Alice is like completely sideswiped, and, it's not really like an explosive or anything, but Alice is like, I need to leave, I need to go. And, she goes to Shane's and Bette is there, and we have this like cute scene of Alice and Bette and Shane. It's like,
Why is this show so f***ing good?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And why don't those people age?
okay, Bette and Alice make up finally, because we were absolutely robbed of a Bette, Alice, Shane, and Tina scene in this episode. I cannot believe they had Laura Holman for 2 episodes and they didn't have a scene with Alice, Shane, Bette, and Tina. Like, what? So, anyway, I loved the scene with Alice, Shane, and Bette at Shane's, and then whenever Shane and Alice are on the roof and you hear like Nat's voicemail over, and then poor Alice, it's like, again, I said yesterday, we were getting a lot of these plot points from the original being rehashed, like the whole thing with Bette and Tina, and like Tina having to make herself a smaller person, and then didn't we have Tasha, Jamie, and Alice? And now it's like Nat, Gigi, and Alice. And Alice kind of, takes it the wrong way, like they're, as if they're saying thank you for like helping us get back together. But as we know, we'll deal with that in the next episode. But Alice ends up getting up and leaving because, and you can see that Alice even though before, like, Alice was the one that was the most comfortable, I think, in this couple, because she didn't have all that excess baggage that Nat and Gigi had. But when they're at the table, it's like Alice and Gigi that are like, Alice is going in more on Gigi, because I think that, like, because she previously had the relationship with Nat, that she's like seeing Gigi as the person who came in, and Gigi's also the person that hurt Nat before, so it's so complicated, but we'll get dealing with that next episode. I also really like how they have Gigi speaking to the kids in Farsi in the episode. Most of the time the kids reply, I know we don't see too much of it, but they reply in English. And I mean, people like gay and straight who I know, who mostly live in America or the UK or Ireland, and their partner, like, I mean, I have some of my best friends, they are married to people who English isn't their partner's first language, but they live in an English speaking country. And I just love that when the kids like learn the other language, and then sometimes, like, you know, the parent always seems to speak the language to them, and the kids will always reply in English. And I just think it's so nice. And a lot of like my really good friends are slowly trying to, you know, learn the language as well, and then their kids will like teach them and stuff. It's one of my dad's absolute best friends, he was married to a Swedish woman, and all their kids they have 3 daughters too, and they used to speak Swedish. And the mum always used to say to me, oh yeah, it's really great, because when we're in public, I will tell them, like, in Swedish, but with a smile, sit down and shut up, or I'm going to bloody kill you. And everyone's like, oh, she's so sweet, speaking to them in Swedish. Really, I love stuff like that. Just always thought it was really funny. So, once again, mentally preparing. This is a tough one. This scene, you know, the who has been emotionally victimized by Marsha Lewis Ryan, Jennifer Beals, Laurel Hallman. Yeah, please. I have been just. This episode is so. This episode is a roller coaster, because there's like, you know, Tina's back, and Gigi and Nat and Alice and Bette and Tina, and everything's great, and then it's like, and then Gigi and Nat and betray Alice, and then, oh my god, Bette and Tina, oh my god, what's happening, oh my god, no. So yeah, this episode is just, it's a tough one. So Bette and Tina are having cute beginning. Shane's there, they're telling Shane about when they, I don't think first, but when they heard Angie's mom being sorry, Bette, and, you know, like, Bette like grabs Tina's hand and everything, and it's just, knowing what happens, you're like, so soul crushing. And Tina asks Bette if, you know, they can have dinner, basically.
Tonight? For dinner? Just us? Sure, yeah. That would be nice. I mean, you know, actually, why don't you come by the house and I'll cook?
Oh my god,
Oh, that is Carrie.
what was that noise?
We'll take this real fast.
Oh, sorry. It was just my heart shattering into a million pieces.
And they used this line in the trailer, and I remember when I did like the trailer review and obviously hadn't seen this episode, I knew Tina was going to be telling Bette that she was getting married to someone else. I put it last time in my video, I wrote a comment, and I just feared the worst, basically. So as we in the original show got the amazing, unbelievably amazing stir fry scene, we now have cooking again, but the other side of the emotion, which is pain, anguish, and suffering. So Bette and Tina are obviously having their meal, and I'm gonna drop the video from my reaction in here because I can't talk about it anymore.
We could all tell her together.
You get that wine in there, girl. Mix that red and white.
It's gonna be.
I'm tortured for Bette.
She's gonna be thrilled.
Oh,
But
I can't. Get out of the room, Bette. Get out, get out, get out, get out of the room.
So this scene, this episode by far is my favorite episode. Even though there's so much that you know is painful and awful, this episode is my favorite episode of Generation Q, and this dinner scene is one of the best acting, feelings, everything scene I've ever seen, because there's just so many layers, so much in it. Like there's not even really that much that happens, but from every minor minuscule detail to like the fact that when Tina's talking and keep telling her, and Bette like starts pouring white wine on top of like the end of a red wine, and like Bette's face, you can just see like her heart is just shattered, and she's like, I need to get out of this room, I need to like get an excuse to get out of this room. And then when you see her walking into the kitchen and she's like, oh my god, it's so freaking amazing. Like how they did not get an Emmy or an Emmy nomination for this scene. Honestly, like Jennifer Beals and Laurel Holloman, like chef's kiss, fucking standing ovation. They are unbelievable. It's everything about the scene is just so spot on, and they're just everything about it. The writing, directing, acting, lighting, like the camera angles they choose, everything 10 out of 10, awesome. And one last thing just to say is it made me laugh so much whenever the negative ad campaign comes through and we see it on Danny's phone. It's like, Bette Porter, she's not afraid to sleep with your wife.
Porter wants you to believe her family is just like yours. We know better. She's not afraid to sleep with your wife. Vote for real family values, not Bette Porter. Is that paid for by Society for a Better Los Angeles?
fuck!
Not afraid to sleep
I
with
knew this was going to happen.
your wife.
It's just brilliant. So funny. And that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. As I said, episode 7 is my favorite episode of Generation Q. I think start to finish, it's fantastic. The only thing I don't really like is like the Sophie and Finley stuff, but I know some people really like them. And Danny adoring Bette, Tina being there, Alice, Shane and Bette making up the Bette negative ad campaign, Nat and Gigi and Alice, it's just so great. And of course the dinner scene. I mean, this is the last time we've seen Tina for Generation Q, and we do only have one episode left after this for everyone else. But Tina does say in this episode, you know, she's going to move back, she's moving back with Carrie, they're engaged. So we have a lot to look forward to next season. Got, you know, all the characters basically in this episode are coming back for more, and it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens to everyone next season. I've said this in I think 1 or 2 videos, but just in case anyone missed it, Rosie O'Donnell, who's playing Carrie, Tina's fiance, is going to be in 3 episodes. So there's kind of a debate on how many episodes Laurel will be in. I mean, I think it's probably going to be about 6 because I don't think that she would be, obviously if she was in 10 she'd be a series regular and they'd do an announcement like they did with Jordan Hall. And if she was in 8 or 9, I still think they would have given her the series regular role. So it's probably going to be about half, but it will definitely be interesting to see what happens there too. As I said at the beginning, guys, if you let me know what you think, I mean, I know it's just dropped little videos in there, but I can change it, or if you like that format, let me know down in the comment section. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel because I am inches away from being a 4,000 subscriber channel. And as I've said a few numerous times, when I hit 5,000 and when I hit 10,000, I am going to be doing a L word Ash Silver tattoo, so make sure that you subscribe to get that number up. And if you subscribe, like and comment on any of my L word videos, you'll be entered into a draw to win a piece of my merch. And if you want to check out the store, the link is in the drop down below this video. And of course, if you want to keep up with everything L word related in between my videos, make sure to check me out on social media. And as I said, I am also now on TikTok because why the hell not? As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.